Hey guys, good morning. Okay. So welcome guys to edition 19 of Quarantine Yoga. We are going to be using, good morning, we're going to be using Digestive today for an oil. For those of you who don't have oil, don't worry, we're doing the practice so that you can just calm down the digestive tract, and that'll be enough. But I always use both in my practices to kind of move things along, if you will. It was interesting. Yesterday, Kello had a bellyache. He's pretty regular in that area. But the first thing he said, he goes, "Mommy, I have a bellyache. I need oils. Can you put oils on my belly?" So we rubbed Digestin all over his belly, and even on his back, on the low intestines, all over. And then you just rub it in. So we're actually diffusing today Digestin as well. Okay? So the oils that are in Digestin are, think of all of the kind of spices and herbs that smell or taste like licorice. Have that licorice feel. So we have coriander, anise, peppermint, ginger, what am I forgetting? Fennel. Okay, so all those really, really good oils and plants for digestion. And we actually have, so I'm diffusing it, so it's good to just smell those things, get it up into your brain. With the oil diluted version, the roller ball, I always put it on my belly or on my low back. And then if you ever have reflux or something like that, what am I thinking of? I'll think of it later. But you can just, even when I was pregnant, heartburn, I would put it right down the middle of my sternum. Okay, so this is a really, really key oil blend to have on hand. So go ahead and get comfy and come into your seat. Again, just want to give a disclaimer. My son is watching a movie right on the other side. It's our new morning routine. Lucky him. After breakfast, I do yoga and he gets to watch a movie. So hopefully you don't hear it as loud as I do. But we're trying to find that balance of watching and yogaing. Okay? So go ahead and come to your comfy seat. Okay? And just find whatever that means for you. Give me 1 second. On the loud parts, can you make sure it's really low? Do you mind? Thank you, sweetie. Okay. So coming into your comfy seat, and whether that's in hero, whether that's on a block or two, whether that's seated, you take your pick. And go ahead and breathe into your belly. You can even bring your hands to your belly. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Right? Encourage your breath to draw down into the belly first. Relaxing out the shoulders. And just place the hands wherever feels comfortable now. We're going to do a loving kindness meditation this morning. Okay, so we can really not only start to find self-care in ourselves, but start to project this out into our community, into the world around us. And so starting to first bring your attention to somebody that you love. First person that comes to mind, someone in your life, a partner or a good friend or family member. And feel the, love or admiration or respect that you have for them. And just make sure they can feel it, right? So sending it, maybe hold an image of them in front of you. And then just send all that loving kindness right into their heart. And then let a smile come on your mouth, and exhale, release that, let it go. And then as you inhale, right, and kind of settling into that next phase, we're thinking about somebody like an acquaintance. So an acquaintance that you know.
Mommy, can I show you what the Ninja Turtles have though? But I want to show you. Okay, listen. I want you to show me after, right? Okay, I love you. I want you to show me after. Okay.
Calvin, I'll show you after.
I know, but I'll show you after, okay? I love you.
That's it. I'll show you after. Okay.
But then I'm going to go there.
You're going to go into a person that is an acquaintance of yours. So someone, again, you respect, you might admire, but someone that you don't know super well, right? And send that person loving kindness, right? So it's just, even though you don't know them as well as other people, you just keep sending them that. And then lastly, you're going to send it to somebody who you have trouble with. So whether you see this person often in your life and you have like an animosity relationship, or just something that's a little harder around the edges, picture that person in front of you. It could even be a family member you're dealing with right now. And just picture that person in front of you, or even that situation. Maybe it's just a situation, and let it be in front of you.
Alexa, put on Stinking Dirty.
And go ahead
I can't find the song.
and send the loving kindness to them as well.
Alexa, put on Stinking Dirty. Getting the stinky and dirty.
So go ahead and send that to them, okay? And what this does is, just like we are seeing right now in a situation that you cannot control, the more that we have practices like this, where we first send loving kindness, which is easy, and then we send loving kindness that is neutral, and then we actually send loving kindness to things that are difficult, we naturally, start this practice of cultivating that awareness, so that in hard situations, it's just your default to lead with compassion, okay? So, okay, try one more time. Say, Alexa, put on the Stinky and Dirty Show. Try it one more time. Try one more time. Say, Alexa, Stinky and Dirty Show, please. If you, I'll listen. Do it one more. Ask her one more time. Say, I want the Stinky and Dirty Show, please.
Put on Stinky and Dirty Show.
Say it again. She didn't hear you. Sorry, guys. Let's om, shall we? Or just listen as I om. Inhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're just going to stay where you are. We're going to do some left and right opening up, okay? So go ahead and bring that right hand all the way down. Open up that whole left side. So you're kind of letting the hand come down and pumping that whole left side up. Good. And then exhale down the other side. Root down, inhale, open all the way. Welcome to quarantine yoga, huh? 2, 1. Go ahead and keep doing this. So what I love about this, I do it often as I start practices because it's such a nice side body stretch. Like often people with digestive issues, they have cramping on both sides, right? So we just need to oftentimes get room in our little bodies, our systems, to get that bloatedness moving, right? So we're just switching side to side. So this is kind of more intuitive. I don't really care the count on each side. I tend to do about 5, but you just really want to root down through all the fingertips, bend that elbow towards you so it's not like awkward in the shoulder. You just bend it towards you to let the shoulder fall down, and then exhale over to the other side. Now as we inhale, go ahead and bring those hands up. You can even stretch the hands as you flip the palms over, so let that belly come in and up. Inhale, and as you exhale, right down through heart center. Go ahead and release. If you're in hero, you can release that. Go ahead and sit down on your bum. I'm just actually going to bring something underneath my bum a little bit. Okay. So here we're just going to work with some twists, right? Because think about it. Here we have stuff that's like stuck in our belly, and we want to start to twist left and right and kind of wring out the towel, right? So bring those hands up again. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to turn toward the right and bring that right hand behind you. Bring the left hand to the left knee. Now, if you want to go further, you can bring something behind you if you're lifted up like me, and then bring your left hand to the opposite knee. So it doesn't matter which knee. Just depends on how tight you want to twist. So go ahead and start to twist from the hips, right, all the way up through the spine. And you're really allowing this twist to happen from low and then really twist up to the heart. Let the eyes follow what the heart does. 2 more. And then as you inhale, come back to center. Bring the hands all the way up. And as you exhale, right hand to the right knee, or if you want to go deeper, the left knee, right? And you just allow your belly to turn, okay? You allow the heart to turn. You allow the eyes to follow what the heart does. Try to relax the shoulders. Last 2. Last 1. Inhale back to center. Go ahead all the way up. Inhale. Good. Exhale, you're just going to pour over your knees, or you can come to one side, just roll over to one side. Go ahead and come on to your hands and knees. And then start to wiggle back and forth. So the hips go wiggle back and forth. Just go ahead and keep doing that for a sec. Let me just regulate this boy out here for a second. And then from here, as we are wiggling the hips left and right, same thing, we're going to kind of leave the hips over to the left. And as you do that, that right foot picks up behind you. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to turn it over. So it's coming on the outside of that left hip, that left foot, right? So you're just kind of putting it over to the side and keep turning that way. Good. 3. Keep breathing. Inhale, back to center. Bring that right foot back to center. Exhale, drop it down, shake it side to side. Just wanted to see if I had written any more notes last night. Okay. And then as we inhale, go ahead, bring that left foot back. Inhale it. And as you exhale, bring it over across the body. And go ahead and gaze over at that foot. You can get the neck into it a little bit. I don't know about you, if you were doing my hip opening stuff the last day or 2. I can even feel it, so this might feel a little different than So we were just going to dive in today. Inhale back to center. Exhale, come on back. We're going to do some cat and cow, right? Just to notice what's going on in the belly today. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, drop the head, arch the spine. Any amount. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Really breathe into the belly. Extend the heart forward, not just the eyes. Exhale, drop the head. 3 more here, right? So inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, arch. Drop the head. Last 1 or 2. Inhale, drop. Good. From here, we're going to plant the hands, tuck the toes, come up to your downward facing dog. Good. Start to walk it out. Walk it out. So you're going to bend one knee, bend the other knee. Okay, really straighten out one leg. Start to move your hips a lot. You can even really kind of move the hips to one side and let a toe come up. I'm sorry, let the heel come up, tippy toe, and then the other side. Really breathe strongly into the belly, just mindfully, I should say. And then as you inhale, let's glide forward to high plank. You can drop your knees here, okay? And then as you inhale, keep the elbows in as you lower all the way down. Good. We're going to inhale, keep our cobra hands, relax the shoulders. Inhale, draw up just a little bit. Right, relax the shoulders, relax the belly, bring the knees up and bring the belly in and up. As you can see, my brain is like mush this week. All right, exhale, relax here. We're actually just going to take a little relax on the belly. Bring your hands, your face right on top of your hands. Shake out the hips. So just wiggle it here. We're going to bring our hands back to cobra. Now see if you can bring it a little bit wider on the mat. We're going to go up for a little bit of a stronger cobra. So as you root down, relax the shoulders. Now notice the difference. My shoulders aren't up here. They're actually relaxed down, and I can lift the belly in and up more. And maybe you start to twist to one side, inhale, and then the other side. Now if this is too much and you can't go that high, you can actually come down on forearms and just start to twist to one side here. Inhale, and then twist to the other side. So take just like 1 or 2 more, right, to each side. Pick your poison. Okay, and as you exhale, bring your hands in, root down, come back to tabletop and back to downward facing dog. So plant those hands, tuck the toes, lift the bum up and back. Downward facing dog. Walk it out again. You can always come to child's pose whenever you need to. But we will come there in a moment. 3, 2. Good. Find stillness if you're still in down dog. Inhale. Bend the knees. Come on the balls of your feet. Really shoot those hips way back. The sit bones way back. Spread the sit bones wide like you're spreading them towards the back wall. Inhale. And as you exhale, drop the knees here. You're going to bring them wide and then sit down into child's pose. We did this yesterday, but now we're doing it with a different flavor. So you can sit again on props if you need to. And you can bring your forehead to a prop, a pillow or blanket. But you can also just let the toes come together, knees wide. Okay, in your child's pose. Let the head come down, and then as the forehead comes down onto the mat or on a prop, you're just going to wiggle, roll the head back and forth. Good, and as you inhale, stretch those fingers out in front of you. Okay, and then inhale them over to the left side first. You're going to really stretch out that side body. So really let the right hip come down. Okay, my hands sometimes start uneven, so my right hand really stretches out. My left hand can come in, or you can do both. And then relax the head down. Right, so we're kind of crunching that left side digestive. And then inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. So really stretching out that left side, left hip comes down, okay? Let the right hand be an anchor for you. As you inhale, come back to center. Alrighty. Now, one of my favorite things to do for digestive stuff, right? It's always about bringing the knees kind of in towards the belly. So we're going to come to that tabletop position again. Let me just bring this mess back. Okay, I don't know what is happening here. And then go ahead from here, bring that right foot back, okay? So you're inhaling. I'm not sure why I turned towards you. I thought you could see my front better. So you're going to inhale that right foot behind you. You're going to plant that right hand. And then as you inhale, maybe the left hand comes forward, okay? And you exhale, drop the knee and elbow towards each other. Inhale it back out. You can also do this with dropped hands too. So inhale, exhale, bring it in. Inhale, exhale, bring it in. So it's like your cat and cow, but balancing here. Inhale, exhale. Good. On an inhale, let's hold it out. Let's hold it out. Even if you don't have that hand up, you can still hold that foot out. Inhale. Those of you who do have the hand out and the foot back, you can bend the back knee. You can even reach around and grab that foot or ankle if you can. Inhale, open it up. Right? Get some room in that belly. Good. 2 more. Good. As you inhale, let's reach it forward. And then exhale, release. Shake it out side to side. Good. Just shake it out side to side. Recalibrate. Good. Last 2. And as we inhale, come back to center. This time you're going to plant, which one was it? Did we do right side down? Left hand down? Thank you. I'm talking to myself. Left hand down, okay? Or you can do both hands, obviously. The left foot is back. Bring that right hand up if you wish to balance. Exhale, bend the knee, elbow, bring them together. Inhale, reach it up. Right, so we're really trying to pull the core in here. Think of the core as the entire, like, all the muscles surrounding the spine. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Last 1 or 2. If you want, you can inhale, stretch it out. Otherwise, your hand is going to be down. Those who have everything stretched out, you can bend that back knee. Go ahead and reach around. Grab that foot or ankle. Inhale, stretch it out. Right? Really root down through the knee to push off. Lift 2. As you inhale, release it. Come back. Exhale. Back to downward facing dog. Or, of course, you can just shake it out and stay here, okay? Wiggling back and forth, or cat and cow, okay? Otherwise, you're coming back to down dog. Good. So go ahead and find that sweet spot in your rest pose or, child's or down dog. Find stillness. Come on the balls of your feet if you're in down dog. Start to really push through the fingertips and the knuckles, okay? Good. You can always stay in child's pose if you're in child's pose. If you want to move a little bit, inhale, draw forward. Digestive stuff for me is all about movement. Hello. And then as you drop the knees or chaturanga all the way down, inhale, roll up, inhale. And as you exhale, back to downward dog or just tabletop. Because from here, we're going to come into a lunge again. So if you're in down dog and you'd like to step that right foot all the way through into a lunge, go for it. If you are in tabletop, you can step your right foot through as well. But if you have a compromised injury and you need to be more gingerly about it, you can grab your chair or just start to roll up or like flat back up. Bring your hands to your hip and then inhale that right foot forward, okay? We're going to grab our chair or blocks or just fingertips can come down. okay, to the mat. And just 3 times we're opening, like we did yesterday in our hip session, in session 17, I believe it was. You're going to inhale, open the front leg, exhale, push it in, okay? So think about it, all this, if you have bloatedness ever, you just are opening it here on the back, right? A lot of the poses will double up in different sequences, but we have a different attention put to them, okay? So as you inhale and you open, exhale, release. Okay, do it 2 more times. I actually follow a woman, Desiree Mangendog, who is a master of Chinese medicine, and she did a essential oil protocol a week or 2 ago, and she was just talking about how with all this new stuff, right, not being able to see certain family members and friends and normal routines, there is a huge sense of like not being able to digest life right now, okay? So really when we at least have an attention to that, we can really start to work with it. That's why this flow is so good, just to be aware of where tension or bloating might be in the body. From here, guys, we're going to find a twist. Now, you have an option to tuck the back toe here and lift into a full crescent posture, okay? If you're going to lift up into the full crescent, you can inhale, lift all the way up. I'm going to show the people who still have their knees down what to do in a second. From here, right, we're going to start to come down and then start to twist toward that bent knee. So if your right knee is forward, you're going to start to push your hands into a strong prayer and turn toward the right so the left elbow hooks, and then really use the hands as leverage to open up. If you are with a drop knee, you're going to do the same thing, but just do it here. So you might have your hand on a chair or all the way down or on a block, and then you can exhale the elbow here. The hands can come together or they can just stay. Sometimes I grab my right shoulder and just kind of place it here. All right, so you're just twisting over toward the right. 3 more breaths here, right? Focusing on the elimination, the stuff you don't need, the toxins coming out. And as you inhale, come back to center, okay? Come all the way up. So even if you're in crescent, right, you're all the way up, standing up. Or if you're knee down, you're going to do the same thing that we're doing, okay? So inhale. As you exhale, you're going to open up over to the right. So you're really stretching out that left side. Right, letting the head and neck be nice and loose. Be in line with the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Opening up that right side this time. Good. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, you're going to plant your hands down, okay, and start, so your back foot is either back knee is either lifted or you're not, and you're going to just start to walk over to the side. So those of you who are knee down, see if you can pick that knee up, and we're just going to start to bring the hands to the floor or blocks. I'm just doing this so I can stay lifted so you can hear me. And you're just going to start to gingerly bend one knee and then the other knee. Now again, with some of the hip opening stuff we were doing yesterday, this might feel a little tight, it might feel a little overstretched. And so you're just going gingerly. If you need more oomph, you come down as low as you want. Come into like a squat, because that's really good if you have squat chops for digestive. Okay, so here we're going to come to stillness, okay, and start to really root down through the feet. I want you to really root down through the feet so you can feel the outer edges really coming down, okay, and really blading into the mat. And the left hand, okay, is going to come straight down below the face. The right hand can come to the low back. Now, to keep the hips straight, because what happens is when we turn into a twist from this position, feel what happens. Your left foot really plants down. You start to open toward the right, and your hips come with you. We actually want the hips to stay there. So see if you can grab the left side of your pant and kind of pull it away, like pull it towards the left. So it's an encouragement to start to open that right side, right? Open the right side. You might stay here. If you can see, try to keep the hips straight. You can bring the hand up to the ceiling. Just see what works for you, okay? And find that little twist. And 3 and 2. Inhale back to center. You're just going to switch hands. So switch your right hand down. Open your left hand to the low back. And again, try to maybe grab the right side of your pants and encourage it to come over to the right. And then start to twist. You open that left shoulder, right? And then maybe all the way up to the ceiling. But just see what you like. 3 and 2. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Go ahead one more time. Left and right. Maybe you're a little looser now. You can come a little deeper. Good. And then as you inhale, we're just going to walk back to center. Okay, come back into that lunge. You can stay here. You can always kind of drop and check out here. Or, of course, you can come into your flow. So if you'd like to release both knees together, you know, stay here or come into a down dog flow. Let's do that. Push through the hands. Lift those hips up and back. Balls of the feet are rooted. And then you inhale, glide forward, high plank. Okay, you can always drop the knees here. And then as you do that, pull the elbows in, lower down. You inhale, roll the shoulders back. Lift. And then exhale. Root down. And come back gingerly. Good. So from here, I wanted to come and do the same lift up. So those who are back and down dog, you can bring the left foot all the way through. No, I can't remember what we were doing. Bring your knees up, yourself up with your knees. Okay. And actually, we're going to bring that right foot forward again. I can't remember if we did this on the left side, did we? I don't think we did. We're going to bring the left foot forward. Boom. And we're going to inhale, stretch it back. This is what you get with mom yoga, with a Stinky and Dirty cartoon in the background. And you're going to inhale, open up that leg. See, usually I have my students to tell me, like, hey, mom brain, we forgot that side. This is unique. Inhale. I hope you're having as much silly fun laughing at yourself this month that I am. Inhale, lift, open that leg. Exhale, release. My friend is a new mom. She has like a 3-month-old, I think. And we do Zoom calls. She's on my team and we do Zoom calls. And she had a moment the other day. She was just like fog brain right after she fed her kid. And I was like, boom, welcome to the club. Inhale, lift. Okay, open up. Exhale. Root down. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. Right, so stretch out that back of the leg. Exhale. Now from here, we're going into the twist. Remember, so you can tuck the back toes. If you want this to be real deep, you tuck the back toe and lift. And as you lift up, squeeze the legs in, right? The hands come all the way up. And as you stretch it out, you exhale, come down straight, lean over towards the left, and then you can bring that right elbow down, make sure the hands stay together in prayer, and use that as leverage to open up. If you're staying with knee down, you can do the same thing. You can go as deep. Sometimes the knee down is deeper because you go deep into the hips as well. But if you want it to be a little more gingerly, really pull in through the belly. Make sure that back top of the foot is down. You can do the same thing. You can bring your elbow down. And sometimes if I need more support, I'm just going to hold my shoulder, place my hand or block down, and open up and twist that way. Okay, so 3 more here. And then 2. And as you inhale, again, if you're knee down, you can stay there and just start to push off through that front foot, ankle below the knee, and come on up. Okay, those in full crescent. We're just hanging out here, rooting down, lifting up, coming into that crescent. Exhale over to the left. So you really stretch back that right thigh, and you open that right side of the body. 3. Let the head and neck be nice and loose. And 2. And as you inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. If you're having trouble here balancing, you can always drop that right hand to the hip. Okay, good. 2 more. Inhale all the way up. Big breath in. Exhale all the way down. Now we're going to turn toward the other side. So go ahead and turn the other way. I'm just going to turn towards you. Good. Again. Now this time, as we just rock it back and forth again, to just, see if it feels any different, see if you feel any looser. Now here, we're actually going for more open. Instead of the twist, we're going to go for an openness. Now, go ahead, if you can drop your hands all the way down and drop your head, you're going to do that for a moment. If you can't come all the way down, you're going to grab your props or your chair and bring it in front of you. Okay? And you're going to grab maybe the back part of the chair. You can also grab the top. Okay? You're just going to do like a wide-legged down dog here. So those of you who are down all the way, go ahead and come halfway up, let the shoulders come underneath. You're just going to walk your hands away from you like 1 hand distance and do a wide-legged down dog. Those using props, just check your props, really root down through your feet. Inhale, let the heart drop, let the head drop, and come on down. Really feel that stretch through the whole body. Open that whole digestive tract, the whole body for 3. And 2, inhale, release it, and then come into that hands right below the shoulders, walk back and forth again. Nice. Awesome. And 2, good, and 1. Go ahead, grab your chair, or those of you who are just on the ground with your hands, start to bring the hands right below the shoulders. You're actually going to start to engage your feet. Bring your hands right to your hips and then roll up to standing. Awesome. From here, you're going to step to the top of your mat. I'm just going to hop my feet together so I can still face you. And then from here, you're going to root down through the feet. Maybe heel toe them to hips distance. Or toes together. And as you root down, inhale, open all the way up. Good. The hands can come above you in a steeple. Right? Inhale, open. Start to bring the belly in a little bit. Start to find that neutral spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, over to one side. So you don't have to go far here. And again, if you feel like your elbows are like crooked here, I want you to bring one hand to the hip and open instead, right? We'll keep more integrity that way in the pose. 3 and 2. Inhale back to center. Big inhale. Exhale over to the other side. You don't have to go far, right? We let the breath fill our bodies on an inhale, and we let the exhales deepen us. It doesn't mean force. It means root down through the feet more, right? It means release the exhale. So good. And as you inhale, come back to center. Awesome. Bring your hands open. 2 choices here. You can either bring your hands to the hips and then move your hands to the low back, the sacrum part, and squeeze the elbows together and start to push the hips forward, squeeze the elbows, maybe even release. Or if you wanted to clasp the hands here and let go of the back, you can do that. Open through the heart, open through the throat. Inhale, push the hips to heart high. Exhale, release. Good. From here, if you'd like to do a little flow, we can do that. So rooting down, lift all the way up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. If you need props, you can come to the chair, you can bend the knees. Okay, drop the knees. Come all the way down to your down dog. Those who are flowing faster, go ahead, flow forward into your high plank. Okay, lower down. We're going to come up into our cobra in a second. Inhale, lift, and exhale all the way back down to child or to downward facing dog. We'll just check the time here. Okay. So here, from your down dog or child, you're going to come back up to seated. Now, we actually did this last night as a hip opener. Same thing. I was going to talk about it a little bit yesterday as a digestive flow, but I'll tell you a quick story. So I'm actually going to come onto blocks and props. What you're going to do is either sit into a squat. So from down dog, right, you just bend the knees and come into your squat. From child's pose, you just tuck the toes, let yourself come back into a squat. You can have the feet down in a squat. You can have the heels lifted in a squat. If you have a small chair, if you have a small stool, if you have something sturdy, you can sit on it. I'm sitting on 2 blocks. You can also sit on a couch cushion or 2 or something like that. So this is the modification for a squat. Now, when I was living in France, 2005-ish, I had never seen these toilets. You go into certain restaurants even, like clubs or whatever, and you go into the women's bathroom, and there would be a hole in the ground, and there was 2, like as if you were, like the thing that you put your left foot on in the car, it was like 2 traction pads, and you'd sit there and you would have to squat in this position. Let me tell you, there is some science behind that, okay? So go ahead and bring your right hand to your shin, and we can just open up here, right? Kind of open up the right knee with our elbow. It starts to lift open. If you're down into a full squat, you're just going to bring your hand all the way down. This is a modified version still. If you want the full version, those who are more advanced, you can start to walk your fingers away. Inner rotate your shoulder, bend the elbow around you, and then this arm can come and clasp the fingers behind you, and that is the full version of Malasana, garland pose. Good. 3 and 2. As you inhale and come to center, if you're in a squat, Uttanasana right now, so forward fold. Oops, I'm just going to, I think my phone's dying, so stay there. Come into neutral. Those of you who are seated, just extend the feet. Good. So extend the feet. Come into that extended position. Thank God for long cords. Okay, save the day. And then from here, as you bring your left hand down, right, you can stay here or plant, walk the left hand away. Those who are needing to go a little deeper, inner rotate that shoulder, bend the elbow, and then this hand can come all the way down and grab your hand behind you. Otherwise, we're just opening up. Good. And 3 and 2. Inhale, back to center. Again, you're either extending your feet, right? Just extend your feet wide, or those who are in a full squat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Good. Alrighty. Stay there for a minute. Those who are in Uttanasana, forward folding, you can ragdoll. You can also come up into a squat. You can bend the knees and come up into a squat, okay? Do some forward folding here. Otherwise, you can just sit down and stay and extend the feet. Good. Now from here, those who are still squatted, you're going to roll over and come into a downward facing dog. Those who are in a forward fold and you're doing a ragdoll of sorts, okay? I can't remember if you're at the top of your mat or not. It doesn't really matter. But if you're in a ragdoll, okay, you're going to start to release and press your hands into the mat. Come into a downward facing dog. And from here, we're doing a dog twist. So from here, start to walk out your feet. Okay, you're going to walk your hands about 1 hand distance back. You might need 2 or 3. And what we're going to do is plant that left hand. You're going to bring your right hand through the down dog and grab onto your outer left calf. So again, you're planting your left hand. You're going to take your right hand. So you're going to be nice and sturdy on 3 legs here, 3 limbs, and bring your hand to the outside of your left calf. Okay, so it's on the outer part, not the inner part, the outer part. Good. 3 more here. And 2. And as you inhale, bring it back. Walk into a full down dog. Child's pose if you need it, or just drop the knees for a second. We're not staying long. And then as you inhale, walk back again. Drop that right hand, plant the right hand rather. And then as you inhale that left hand through the body, through the space, you're going to bring your hand to the outer part of the right calf and let the head just hang, okay? 3 more here. Nice and strong in the upper back. 2. Inhale, back to center. Walk it out to your full dog. Okay, from here you can come into a full plank, lower down and flow, or go ahead and drop the knees. Okay, swing them side to side, and then start to come onto your back. So you can kind of roll over to one side, and then come down onto your backs. Good. And then from here, right, we're just starting to let the knees fall into the chest real lightly. So not pulling them in yet. Just letting the practice so far kind of come into the supine body. Just swing side to side, little opening. Good. Now from here, we're actually going to hold on to that right knee, and we're going to extend the left leg away from it. So it's going to be onto the mat. So hold the underneath that right knee. You're going to extend that left foot away from you. Reach through the heel. Okay. You're going to relax the shoulders here. Let the back of the head just come into the mat. And you can pull it in a little. You can pull it to the left, to the right. Now I'm going to suggest, so we'll do this first and then we'll actually go to something else. So we're going to pull that leg in. We're going to draw the left hand on top of the knee and just push it over to the left. Now, if your knee doesn't want to go all the way down, you can grab a block and just place it underneath here, right? That's pretty supportive. Or otherwise, you can let it go all the way down to the ground. And then the right shoulder tries to come back, okay, and open up the hand maybe to the right. Now, you can kind of use that left elbow to turn your upper body up. Just kind of up to you how deep you want to go in that twist. Maybe the head turns, the face turns to the opposite direction. 3 and 2. As you inhale, start to turn. You can even kind of grab the fingers on the right hand, curl it in. I like to do that and come back toward the twist. It's just a little easier to get out of it if you need to. And then both knees can come in. Now, just to shake that out, you can bring both feet to the ceiling and shake it out. You can even bring the hands up. Shake that out. Good. If it feels good to happy baby in between, okay, just to kind of get the kinks out, you're welcome to do that. When you're ready, we're bringing in the knees again. Let them kind of just fall in. And then as you pull that left side in, extend the right, extend through the heel, right? We just kind of let that left leg fall in, the left knee fall in, do what it does. And as we exhale, we're going to turn across the body, and the knee plants onto a block or it comes all the way down. Go ahead and adjust the upper body to see what's comfy here. And then maybe you can turn the face and the gaze over to the left, okay? And over. You almost look like a flamingo. I don't know if they call it flamingo in yin at all, but that's what I tell my son it is, at least. Flamingo pose. If you're standing up. Good. 3 more. And 2. As you inhale, you kind of curl the fingers in, curl it in, good. And then all the way over. And then open it up. Now here, all we're going to do to end, okay, is a little bicycle. So we're going to start to bring in that right knee and the right arm behind us, right? The left hand can go down. If you can extend that leg fully, great. And we're just going to inhale back and forth. Now this is great for digestion. It's great for, you know, core strengthening. Last week we did more of like a core, almost fitness type yoga class. So you can check that out from week 1, actually. It might have been quarantine yoga. Inhale back and forth. Thank you guys, first of all, for letting me create these so that I'm constantly practicing and learning new things to teach you. I appreciate you being here. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Okay. So sometimes after we do a little bit of core work, you might want to stretch it out. You are feel free to just come into your Shavasana shape here. If you do want to stretch out that belly, you can just roll off the mat for a moment and turn into a cobra shape, right? You can even kind of open up into that twist that we did earlier. And then whenever you want to come back down again, good. You roll over into your Shava. Now, if you want to do one more twist with me, what I was going to go to next is one optional eagle twist. So this is a little deeper. I was going to give you guys the option for that last one, but I wanted us all to do the same thing. But if you have one more need to go deeper, what you're going to do is bring that feet hips distance. Okay, start to plant that left foot down, bring the right foot over. Now this could be enough for you, and then fall into a twist, but I'm also going to suggest an optional eagle pose feet. So the feet root down, you can kind of move your hips over to the right, and then you would come into this really deep twist on one side, okay? So let it fall over. If that's for you, if it's too deep, you can always bring your hand underneath the knee to hold it. And of course, if you can't wrap the foot around the back of the calf, then don't worry about that. Just let it hang. 2 more. As you inhale, release that. Okay, start to come to neutral. Plant that right foot, left knee over knee. Let it hang, or you can squeeze the foot behind. And then from here, root down, hips over to the left, open, or let the twist come down to the right. You can hold it on that left thigh if you need to. 3 more. And 2, root down, lift all the way up. Good. Last thing here. Feet are wide, and you just rock the windshield wipe the knees left and right. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Exhale, release just the knees together. Okay. So go ahead and start to think about how you want to rest in your Shavasana. You could have a blanket nearby. This curtain is like closing off my main heat source, so I am going to blanket up with you. And so from here, as you come into your Shavasana, just let your feet splay wide. Your hands can come wide, face up, okay? And I want you to have kind thoughts to yourself here, right? Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Release everything. Kind of wiggle those hips, shake them out. Breathe into the belly. Exhale out the mouth. So good. Extend through the top of the head. Okay, I want you to settle the belly. You can even bring your hands to the belly if they need some love here. Okay, give yourself the love that you need to go through these times with ease, with grace. Feel the power that you have in your belly and that power chakra, right? To heal yourself, to think positive thoughts. We'll be here for just another 2 minutes. Start to deepen your breath and just start to move fingers and toes, okay? And as you move fingers and toes and start to deepen the breath and those knees come in toward the chest, one more time, give yourself some love in the low belly and all the intestines. And as you roll over to one side, bring a hand behind you as a pillow, or just hold your knees in fetal position. And say these words to yourself. What is the root of my worry? What do I feel I need to control? What am I not digesting fully? Go ahead and push up to seated, eyes closed, hands together at the heart. Hands together in prayer, praying for yourself, praying for your acquaintances, praying for those for whom it's been hard for you to pray. Because sending love and compassion to other people, they've actually found through brain scanning, does wonders for the people who are giving the prayer, who are saying the prayer. It's incredible. It's this, new science that's coming out from it. And so here we'll bring our voices together, we'll om together. You can listen to me or join in with yourself or your family. Inhale. And bringing your hands to either your heart and your belly or just your belly. Tell yourself, I'm now clearing my mind and my body to receive new knowledge and new thought. I'm someone who acts, not someone who is acted upon. So I want you to imagine kind of brushing, clean sweeping everything in your body that is not yours to hold, from your mind, your brain, all the way down. And then see yourself letting go of this control so that we have space in our body to digest all of the things, all of the physical things, right? Because the food actually can't be digested if we're all tight in our belly, like we're trying to control something and digest feelings and emotions about everything that's going on, okay? So try your best to do that. I am going to put a link for not only the Digest Zen oil bottle, but also the roller bottle. The last thing I did want to tell anyone who's suffering with digestive issues is we have enteric soft gels that are peppermint, okay, soft gels. And the science behind this, they took them about 3 years, I believe, to create this supplement that what it does is instead of it going into the belly like you're taking, you know, something internally and letting it crush and then just getting all the acids to break it up in the belly, it actually is enteric, right? So they've coated it with some beautiful things to like let it go past the stomach acid so that it actually opens up in the intestines where a lot of people have the most discomfort. They're called peppermint soft gels. So I'm going to link those up with the Digestive oils that I was talking about. They've been incredible for me. And so thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for your support, both in community and in your contribution. For those of us who have lost our independent contractor work, we appreciate it so much. We appreciate you. And if you're one of those, please, I hope you're just enjoying this on your own. So we'll see you tonight. We're doing some more restorative twists on the bolsters and blankets. So go ahead and get your props for tonight and have an awesome day. We will see you at 9 p.m. Ciao, ciao.